Season 2 of the best Lord of the Rings fanfic is coming soon, The Amazing Rings of Power. Despite the really good writing, Season 1 did have to end, leaving unanswered questions that fill the show with plot holes. So, after the torture of rewatching Season 1, here's 5 questions they should answer in Season 2 to mend the damage of the first season, and to make it a more satisfying story. Before I begin, I know what you're thinking. Almost all shows can have some form of plot holes. The writers either fail or just forget to explain. However, none break their shows as much as these that were present in the Rings of Power. This is because the plot holes in this show impact the biggest plot points of the story. Therefore, not answering them results in the whole story being too stupid to exist if the viewer decided to use more than just 2 brain cells. Why was Sauron the biggest bad of the whole show at sea with a bunch of random people? Was he going to Numenor? Was he expecting to find Galadriel there? Was he just trying to escape this franchise and sail to Game of Thrones? The sole reason this question has to be answered is because this random event starts off the whole story of this show. If he wasn't there, Galadriel never goes to Numenor. Then they never go back to Mordor, and thus the whole show ceases to exist. The only thing you need to know about Sauron is that he is basically the personification of pure evil in The Lord of the Rings. So it's a bit strange that he was taking a vacation from his plan of dominating Middle-earth. I don't think Season 2 can even give a plausible answer to this. Only thing I can think of is that he saw the future in a Palantir and devised his plan from there. Is this a good explanation? Not really, but I'd much rather that than the whole story happening because of blind luck. Staying on the topic of Sauron, why does Galadriel just not tell anyone that Halbrand is Sauron and continues his plan of making the rings? She's supposed to be the hero of the story. Her whole motivation this season was to find and kill Sauron. Yet, despite finding out he's the man she's been looking for, she just keeps it a secret from everyone. So, Season 2 better give us an insight into what she was thinking in that amazing girl boss brain of hers. To be honest, I think this is the easiest fix Season 2 can do. I'll even accept her just saying she was too embarrassed to tell anyone because she brought the most evil entity back home with her as a friend. As this would at least create some instant character growth for her, more than we have seen throughout the whole Season 1. Now, for the worst plot point I have ever watched in a show or film. If Season 2 actually attempt to answer why this was even remotely possible, I'll text my ex saying I miss her, as clearly even we have hope of making it work. I am obviously referring to the Wretched Dam plotline. I've made a whole video about this one which shows exactly how stupid it is, which no one watched. So to summarise, an elven settlement had a keyhole for a mortal blade to open the dam, to release water to restart Mount Doom, the dormant volcano in the area. Why or how? Who put the keyhole there? Did they make the sword first and then make the keyhole? Was it the construction of the dam that made the volcano go dormant? Not to even mention the engineering of this, but I guess, it's magic, so I'll allow it. I don't think it's possible to create an explanation for this, but I would sure love to see them try. Talking of the Mordor plotline, that brings us to question 4. What is the deal with Adar? We learnt he's a fallen elf, and he had a falling out with Sauron, which is fair if he knew his plans to retire and go sailing the oceans looking for a particular elf. However, despite his hatred for Sauron, he continues doing the task that he left for him, which was rebuilding a home for the orcs. I mean, the marks left on bodies like Galadriel's brother was Sauron's plan, right? Or did I miss something? To be honest, looking back at this now, I must say this one is not really that big of a plot hole. But I promised 5 questions earlier, so to keep my word, this one has to stay. Thinking about it, How many of these questions do you think Season 2 will even attempt to answer and repair? Personally, I think they won't even try to fix any, but if we are lucky, they might fix one by accident. Let me know what you think in the comments, or if you even agree or disagree with the points I made, as I love arguing with people, especially ones I don't know. Finally, who were those 3 witches, and what was their objective? Where did they come from? Where did they go? Something Cotton Eye Joe. To be honest, the whole Harfoot story is a massive headache, but these witches are looking for Sauron apparently. Who sent them? Why do they think he would come on a meteor? How did Galadriel not bump into them in the 1,000 years of searching for Sauron? Not to mention, they can shapeshift, which, correct me if I'm wrong, only Sauron has the ability to do in this universe. However, I think I've already put way more thought into this show than the original writers. And now we wait to see what phenomenon. And now we wait to see what phenomenon. What amazing things they come up with for Season 2.